Good morning and many thanks for watching KTN. My name is Dennis Aseto and welcome to this special coverage that comes a day after the country was given that shocking news of the passing on of former Prime Minister and ODM party leader Raila Odinga, who died in India while undergoing treatment. Today we expect the body to be repatriated back to the country. We'll be touching down at JKIA at around 8 a.m. Our teams have been dispatched across the country to bring us up to speed on the situation across the country. What you can see are live images of the military vehicles that will be receiving Raila Odinga's body as the procession will be leaving JKIA through Mombasa Road all the way to Lee Funeral Home, where his body will be placed before it is then later taken to Parliament, where it will lie there for public viewing. Now, it is a sad state for the country, for the family, for the loved ones who call him a father, a brother, a grandfather. It is sad for the country. The Kenyan delegation that is led by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi left the country yesterday night for India to continue with the plans of repatriating the body back to the country. Images that we have retrieved indicate the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the delegation including the daughter in India receiving the body, but as we have just confirmed, the body is on its way to Nairobi. Those are images of security officers, personnel, military officers who will be escorting the body from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport as the body will be proceeding towards the Lee Funeral Home. The body will be received by President William Ruto and the family before that procession begins. Remember, the entire plan on how the burial preparations and arrangements will continue have been laid out. Remember, it will be a state funeral as announced by President William Ruto, and the body will be interred in accordance to Raila Odinga's will that he be buried within 72 hours of his passing on. The body will then proceed from Nairobi, will go to Kisumu, and from Kisumu then will be a procession to his Opoda home in Bondo, where the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga will be buried. A sad state of events for the country. And today in Kenya's Bold newspaper, we have carried that story, Enigma Bows Out. The man, the myth, the legend. Now, it is a tribute of a towering figure in the continent's political history has fallen. Raila Amolo Odinga, a freedom fighter, reformist, and the country's most enduring opposition leader, died in India, closing a life defined by struggle, sacrifice, and an unrelenting quest for justice. Raila was both revered and reviled, a restless, brilliant, mercurial force whose life was a constant duel between destiny and defiance. Now, he led, fought, reconciled, and re-emerged time and again a political phoenix in a nation that barely forgives its own. Now, as the music fades, Kenya mourns the enigma whose silence leaves a huge void. That is the Kenya's Bold newspaper, this standard there, bringing in Raila Odinga, including pictorial of his life. As you can see there, Raila Odinga's life in pictures that are there, him with former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, and as he was being sworn in by lawyer TJ Kajwang and Dr. Miguna there, Raila meeting former US President Barack Obama at a hotel in Nairobi, as well as him and his wife dancing at a hotel during his 74th birthday, a man who lived his life to the fullest, as well as someone who fought for the rights that Kenyans continue to enjoy. today, son of the bull who baffled all, charted on path and shaped political duels. That is the image of Raila Odinga, his father Jaramogi Odinga, in a meeting in a Nairobi hotel here in Nairobi. This, remember, is the special coverage of Raila, the man, the myth, and the enigma, his life, his contribution to Kenya, the fights that he fought, the rights that we enjoy together, including the 2010 Constitution, a man who is considered to be a giant, not only in Kenya, but the world over. But now, the body of the departed former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is set to arrive in the country in the next hour. Now, the funeral committee planning his state funeral says the body will be received at the JKIA by President William Ruto, Raila's family, among other dignitaries. According to the committee chaired by Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki, the former Prime Minister will be buried on Sunday this week, as per his wishes that he should be buried within 72 hours. That is the burial plans for Raila Odinga, who will be buried within 72 hours according to his wishes. We continue to bring you live images from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. You can see security officers. They are taking charge, ensuring that everything goes to plan as we wait for the body of Raila Odinga to touch down at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in the next hour at around 8 a.m. before the procession leaves towards, as the body leaves towards the Parliament buildings and the Lee Funeral Home. Now, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musa